Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm live. I'm just gonna wait for some people to get online. We'll wait till we get to like at least 50 people so I can feel important. How's everybody doing today? This is going to be a very special and a really good video that you guys have never seen this type of video ever before. Trust me, you've never seen it. This is gonna be like such a good video, trust me. I have to go find some stuff though. Just gonna wait for some people to get on and then we're gonna go over it in super high detail. Just getting ready for some things. All right. So right now, I'm just going to start it. It's been about 57 people are on. That's enough. So welcome everybody to my channel. My name is Philakone. For those that don't know me, I've been in crypto for 9 years now, a really long time. Been through 2 bull markets, 2 bear markets. It's been pretty awesome of a ride. So I'm just adjusting my light here. I've made well over 7 figures in crypto. And for this particular bull market, I've developed a very unique set of strategies, but more importantly, a brand new method of looking for coins to build a watch list. And it is such a highly optimized method of finding a coin to trade. I'm going to show you guys it. I'm just going to freaking show people it. And I don't care if you guys are not in my Discord group or if you haven't taken the course. I'm just going to go through it because I think it's something I want a lot of people to pick up on. And it's going to change the way that you find coins to trade. So just a quick recap, you need to know chandelier exit indicator very well. You need to know how to use the ATR, the average true range. You need to be an expert when it comes to other indicators. This is not an intermediate strategy or for beginners. This is a very advanced type of strategy that's geared towards people who have been in the game a long time and have a very unique and diverse understanding of how market cycles work, and especially with ATR. So right now, I'm just going to blurt out there that I'm looking for a short position on ADA and Solana. So I've moved kind of far away from like the heavy scalping, let's take 5 trades a day type of scenario. So because of that, I'm more so focusing now on maybe taking 1 big trade a day or taking a few big trades a week. This way, I'm not overexposed in the market and I'm also able to ride it to the maximum potential rather than just scalping these tiny small profits. It's also a lot less stress as well. And it's the first time that I'm doing this, but it's also much... Do you guys see me, by the way? Hold on. Does this work right now? Do you guys see me? Okay. I'm getting a weird thing here. It says, error, you need to change your resolution. Huh, that's really weird. Okay, just making sure you guys all see me. Okay, so anyways, more so swinging and taking big positions. Like for example, I'm trading like 400, 500K sizes. Yesterday on Cardano, I made a huge profit. And also on, what coin was that, guys, that we traded on high as well? 42K on Cardano and then 12K on the breakout of Wi-Fi. And I'm going to show you guys how I did it as well. First of all, let's take a look at the market and briefly talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is most likely going to hit that $48,000 range. Okay. And by the way, I'm going to introduce you guys to my new watch list. It's fucking fire. I'm telling you, man. So Bitcoin's likely to hit 48K. There's no reason why it wouldn't hit 48K. That's my opinion. Okay. And it's most likely going to be timed around the ETF. If you guys are not familiar with BlackRock's filing for the ETF, they're all scheduled to get approved or denied between January the 2nd and January the 7th. So those are some major dates where we're going to hear if it gets approved or denied. And clearly they're going to get approved considering they got denied the first time and they were told exactly what they were missing. And now they've adjusted all of their files to get it approved. And it seems very highly likely that they will get approved. There's no reason they wouldn't. So that is going to coincide roughly around January 7th. I think sometime before that or slightly after that is when we're going to hit the 48K region. Not only that, 48K is coinciding with the recent high over here. Okay, that's roughly near the golden ratio and also near that recent high as well. And if history has taught us one thing, is that Bitcoin loves to retrace to the golden ratio or very near it. So if I just brought back some indexes of Bitcoin before, let's just say we went back, for example, the first bull market here where we dropped down and then we retraced upwards. So Bitcoin just loves to hit the golden ratio based off of history. We can see here it's hit it the first time right there where it hit it, then it reversed. And the second time that it did it was definitely not a coincidence as well, where this is in 2019, where it went upwards over here, that it retraced to the golden ratio again, and then it bounced upwards. So that's two times that I'm showing you where Bitcoin was extremely bullish, where it hit that golden ratio range. And it seems like it's very practical to assume Bitcoin would hit this particular range as well. There's not a single indicator that's indicating any type of bearish movement or it's slowing down right now. Not even volume. Volume is still a force that's steadily increasing or it's being averaged out. So as you can see, the volume for the moving average here seems like it's going to increase. We've hit a little bit of a snag right now around the 44,500 range, but it seems like it's going to just most likely keep hammering it. And right now, if you take a look at, for example, the daily here, okay, the daily looked like it was going to cross downwards, but it's still stepping to the upside. The weekly chart is still trending extremely high as well. So Bitcoin's, it's not slowing down, guys. Simple as that. So 48K. So the next thing, actually, I'm in the position for Cardano already. I'm searching for a position for Sol very short term. So let's move on to Cardano. I believe that Cardano, and this was one of the ones in the group, guys, where we called it. And I said exactly the targets. It was going to hit 57. And if that breaks, it was going to hit 64. So that was another major call. I've been making these I'm not tooting myself in the back or horn or anything, okay? I'm just being real that the calls that I've been making are very accurate due to these methods of scanning that I'm implementing, which we're going to get there. So 57 broke, it hit 62. I made a really good amount on this coin here, okay? So this coin here was phenomenal. Right now, I believe that we've reached somewhat of a short-term top because of bearish signs. The first sign is the typical bearish divergence on RSI. The second sign is the same thing on the 30-minute time frame as well, okay, where we're getting bearishly diverging RSI. We're also hitting this peak over here. Okay, the first one broke with flying colors. It was easy, the first green line. But the second one, we ended up hitting it and then resisting. Now, we might go a little bit higher to the tail end there, but it already started to show a bearish pattern where it broke to the downside. And when you see these types of bearish patterns, they tend to be indicating that we're near a top right now, where the continuation pattern, it ends up breaking to the downside instead of upwards. Not only that, I believe that a 5-wave count is likely in already as well. So I'm in a short position for here. I just wanted to check one thing over here, fib extension. So also, if this was the wave 1, okay, right here, if this was wave 1, which it most likely is, and that's 3, 4, and 5, what we can see is that the wave 3, it made literally the perfect 1.618 extension. That is as ideal as you can get for a third wave. Not only that, this one here made a great extension as well, a little bit over the 618. So these types of structures that you see, they are the most ideal structures you can find in crypto where it indicates a 5-wave based off of my experience. So this looks like it's a short-term top for now for Cardano. After doing a major rally, it seems like, by the way, this is one of my top picks in the bull market investment portfolio that I'm holding long term. So this seems like it's come to a conclusion where this is most likely the third wave that's in already. And the third wave is most likely going to correct. And I believe that sometime next year, we will most likely see a fifth wave coming up. So whatever that is, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably a 5 that's going to end up creating more waves in the future down the road. So if I'm right about this, we're most likely near a top. We're going to be able to confirm it once we get a little bit more price action moving to the downside. And next thing is to always check the extension, okay? This one extended roughly 1618 as well. So like I mentioned, the third wave extending 1618, that tends to be a very good sign that it could be a third wave, especially when you're subdividing it. So keep this coin on your radar. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is Solana. So if you guys ever wanted to see what's in my portfolio, you can snapshot this. It's broken down by the sectors as well, and it's heavily diversified with more coins on the watch list as well. I'll also be adding meme coins as well. This portfolio is valued well over 4 million right now, and I believe it's going to grow to something very substantial. And I also have cash on hand that's ready to buy sometime around before April or after April, depending on the halving situation. So right now, Solana is one of my top layer 1 picks as well, and I'm just a huge fan of them. So I'm going to break down the Elliott wave count that is most likely in play right now, okay? So this right here is most likely a third wave that is forming. The first wave already occurred, and we waited a very long time for it to correct. And I believe that we are in a third wave right now. Also, this one is it's kind of beautiful the way that this ABC gets broken upwards, where that would be the B wave correcting, right? And this is a C down over there. So that indicates to me it's 100% like a second wave or something like that, okay, where it's down over here. So this is making a third wave in my opinion. The third wave was extremely extended so far, and it's got a little bit more to go, but not that much to go. And I'm going to explain to you why it's got a little bit more to go. So whenever you see structures for Elliott wave, you might not always be able to subdivide it perfectly. But the main takeaway of Elliott wave is that if you see congestion, you must assume it's a wave that's being corrected. So I always use Elliott wave in the most simplest form now. Okay, if I can see a corrective structure like in here, I'm just going to assume it's a fourth wave. That's the best assumption to make. I don't care if it makes the perfect A, B, C, D, E structures or triangles or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Somewhere in there is the corrective wave. Now, we're going to break it down even further, okay? So this is actually, this ends over here or begins there. This is most likely the 1, 2. This is probably a 3. This is probably a 4 and a 5, okay? So this structure in here at the beginning, it's making kind of like a diagonal. See? You see that? It's making, or this could be even up there. But either way, this is making a diagonal, and it's very clear and easy to see that, right? So this is a leading first wave diagonal, which you guys are all familiar with, also known as the rising bearish wedge. But for Elliott wave, it makes these types of overlapping wave 4 and wave 1. So it's really difficult to argue that this is not the first wave, right? So because that's the first wave there, okay, then obviously the next one must be the second, and there must be a third. So whenever you see a structure like this, okay, it's kind of like a channel structure. Okay, you're gonna see it all the time, where it's gonna kind of channel up there like that. You will never see this occurring in a fifth wave. You will always see this occurring only in a third wave. That's just how the market works. So whenever you see this type of structure right here, where it's channeling upwards, that's always a third wave, okay? And this one here looks like a third subwave. So if we deduced earlier that that was a 1 and this was a 2, then this must be making a 3, right? And if we deduce that that structure I just talked about making a channel being a third wave, that must be a third wave. Therefore, by deduction, this must be a third wave in here. A 4 must come down and a 5 must go up. So sometimes you just have to deduce, right? So if that is going to be the 5 going up, we don't know where the 5 is going to be or the 4. What we do know is that this is still the third subwave, which means that it still has a lot of ways to go. So this still has to finish up a third wave, have a fourth wave come down, and a 5 wave. So I'm looking for a short-term Sol short opportunity right now because I believe that it's going to drop to the downside. But realistically, I'm probably going to pass on it, and I'm probably going to wait till a 3 finishes if I'm right, because I don't want to play the small subwave structures. I want to play the bigger structures for the bigger gain with more accuracy when a trend change actually happens. So Solana is a coin to keep on your watch list as well. While we've been talking about Cardano, by the way, it has already dropped 2%. Okay, 2%. And just to summarize, the main reason I started to get bearish on it is because this pattern started to occur. That green line started to show up here as well, where it hit the resistance near the top yesterday. It hit my targets and price predictions extremely accurately. This is at the 1618 golden ratio third wave extension, and we've also subdivided it into 5 clear waves, and we've seen every type of bearish indicator reaction already, indicating that it's bearishly diverging. So I just can't see Cardano here not at the top already. Okay, so moving on, Bitcoin's bullish to 48K. Cardano's bearish right now, reaching a top. Solana is finishing up a third subwave in the very final wave, and it's got some ways to go. So shorting Solana now, if you want to scalp, still risky, honestly, like very, very risky. There's not a lot of signs of it slowing down on a higher time frame yet. Okay, I need a break. I think I've been talking a lot. Give me like 10 seconds to drink water. So my calls have been, I don't like saying calls, but my predictions are very accurate because, well, first of all, I don't waste my time producing my videos or editing them. I don't give a shit about my thumbnails. I don't give a crap about some people, like, you know, one video of most YouTubers takes like days to make because they spend a lot of time editing it. I'm talking about even crypto people, right? Like when you think of, you know, guys that I watch for fun, but I don't ever take their advice for anything. Trust me, like Altcoin Daily or Coin Bureau, I'm sure you guys all know them, right? Their job is to provide news in crypto and for entertainment. You would never watch them as a professional trader to get advice from them, okay? Please don't ever do that. Okay? Ever in your life, like get advice from those guys, okay? So just watch them for fun. Like they take days to produce their videos. I don't do that. My job is to analyze the market, not provide you with news or entertainment, okay? So now we're going to talk about scanning a market in general and what I do or did before versus what I'm adding into it. So even if you know how to trade really well, okay, trading is going to encompass a variety of different skills. It's going to include, for example, I'm going to go on full screen here. So a lot of people, like, they might be like, get to the fucking point, Philakone, you know? What are you trying to say? Well, you can't rush explaining things in high detail, especially for the people that appreciate it, that want to be professional traders, and they need these levels of details. Like, you can't hand something, you know, on a plate that's written on a piece of paper and be like, hey, this is the strategy to use. It's like summarized in 4 points. It doesn't work like that, right? So you have to understand things in a high detail. So a good trader is also going to have a variety of skills, such as how to manage their risk. Okay, that's the number one most important skill. Secondly, they're gonna know how to do tactical analysis, right, really well. Third, they're gonna know how to find trades to enter. How do you find trades to enter, and what criterias do you require to enter these trades, right? And also how to build a watch list, which is extremely important. I used to just gravitate towards, for example, this right here, the crypto screener. Okay, that was kind of like my lazy way of scanning back then, especially the bull market. But now I'm adding a lot more. So this crypto screener is really good when it wants to bring the attention of volatility to me right away. So just as an example, I would look at these coins and analyze it right away. Like I use different color codings. So I would click on it, right click on it, then I would put this one in my green category because it's currently rallying right now. So I have two major watch lists. Okay, please pay attention to this. It's important. Okay, one watch list is where all the chandelier exit indicator coins are trending above the 4 hour. Okay, only the 4 hour. I'm actually going to rename it. Instead of 2 hour, I'm going to say 4 hour. Okay, so all of these coins here are trending above the 4 hour chandelier exit indicator. So I put them all on a watch list and I manually scan each and every single coin in the market every single day. Now that I know which coins are trending above the 4 hour, I break it down into some specific other sections. Okay, so one section would be these ones here. Okay, in the trending above the 4 hour. I have to move this. This section here are for coins that are trending sideways on the 4 hour and they haven't moved much yet. So the green line needs to look something like this, where it's trending sideways. But this category here, these are the ones that are not trending sideways. Oh, sorry, they're trending sideways, but the price is very close to the chandelier exit indicator. So just as an example, yesterday we made a crap ton of money on Wi-Fi where I called that with literally flying colors. Okay, that was a phenomenal trade. I'm just gonna show you guys it. It was actually like one of the best calls that I've made in a long time, right? So this one right here, I just said to the group, yo guys, next target right here, 96.66. It hit 96.07. So it was like 0.5% away. That's how I made 12K on this trade. Very, very fast as well. So this was a great trade. And Cardano was really obvious as well that it was going to fly. That one was a really, really easy trade. So the reason we caught this yesterday is because we were looking for coins to place in the high priority list that was ranging very, very close to the chandelier exit. Because if it's closer to there, what it does is it allows you to have the least amount of a stop loss. Okay, so just as an example, okay, if you look at Philakone, your entry would be up here, right? If you entered now above the 4 hour, but your stop loss would be slightly around there. Well, what is the difference in terms of percentage from here to here? If you stopped yourself out, it would be over like 12%. That would be ridiculous. Okay, but what if you tried to enter when the volatility was closer to the green line, right? And then your stop loss would be a lot less. It would be like 2 or 3%. Make sense? So that's why you want to try to enter as close as possible. But the key factor to take away from this is that the coins need to be trending sideways and above a chandelier exit indicator on the 4 hour, because it indicates that it has been supportive thus far. And it also needs to be moving for more than 1 week to make it on this list. Okay, so I'm giving you guys more of a summarized version because this could take a fucking long time, I'm telling you. So this one here, these coins, like yesterday, I even called Super. I made this list yesterday and they all literally bounced except for one, right? I called Super as well, where we were pointing it out because it was close to there, and it ended up bouncing a huge amount, 18%. I called the Wi-Fi one as well. I called the Jasmine one as well when it was kind of close to here, but we were paying attention to it. And then I called the Poly one as well, where it did some really nice gains, right? Not that bad, actually, 5%, but still something. But of course, Riff ended up breaking to the downside. So not all of them are going to go to the upside, okay? So because now this one has broken red, it now gets off of the watch list, okay? So another category that I have is called the rallying category. Now, all of these coins are trending above the 4 hour chandelier exit indicator, except there's a difference. They're not moving sideways. They're actually rallying. So that's a big difference. Do you understand that? The purple list is the one that's trending sideways. Okay, the high priority list is the one that's trending close, very, very close to the green line. And then the rallying one, okay, they're all trending above the 4 hour chandelier exit indicator, except they're rallying. Okay, but I also break this down in 2 sections as well. So for example, all of these sections here, they're just coins that are rallying, but they don't look that great. They're just there because I'm acknowledging the fact that they're rallying, so they're trending upwards, but they're not like the best looking coins to trade, right? So that needs to be understood. But then there's this section here where it's rallying and it looks great to trade. So do you understand the difference? Okay. So it looks great. This was made yesterday, by the way. I haven't updated it yet today. For example, yesterday, Cardano was on this list because it just was trending really hard. It was bullish above the 4-hour, and it just looked like the perfect coin to trade yesterday. So because of that, it gets on the high priority list, more so on the trending now to trade category. So I more so have the trending ones that are kind of trending and they're looking good and rallying upwards. These ones look even better, okay? So it's like a priority system. These ones are looking even better, right? They look like they have the most potential to trade. For example, AVAX looks amazing to trade because it's trending upwards like that. But if you compare it to a coin like ADA, well, this one now gets off of the list because it broke yesterday. Actually, no, it didn't yet. So some coins, they don't look nearly as good to trade, like Doge, for example, right? Because it already made a correction. It's still trending upwards, but it's in that corrective phase now. So when you compare that to a coin like Algo, for example, okay? Algo is a great coin to trade, so it should be placed in the high priority list. And then the whole point of this green list is so that you identify what coins are trending above the 4-hour, and then of those coins trending, which ones should have a higher priority based off of how they look. And then out of these ones there, you're now going to decide of these ones here. These are the ones that have potential. You have to think of it like a filtering system, okay? You're going to filter it from like good, better to the best, okay? And then out of these coins, I choose a coin to trade, okay? So I choose a coin to trade, and if I had to choose a coin, I'd be looking at Cardano and Algo right now, okay? Because Algo is trending hard, so I should be able to find an opportunity for me to long it somewhere since it's trending so well. Now, I'm not gonna update the whole list in front of you guys right now because it's gonna take forever. Not only that, I would like to reserve that for my Discord group, but I wanted to give you guys a quick introduction anyways to how I'm managing this watch list of mine. It's gonna take about, I'm gonna guess, 45 minutes every day when I first get up and about 30 minutes in the afternoon to do it again. So it's gonna take about an hour to an hour and a half each day to manage, I would assume. But that's okay because you have to put in the time to find these coins to trade. And I only started implementing it into my Discord group like literally yesterday, and we nailed every single trade that I ended up calling out. And to be quite honest, I'm only going to be updating it for my Discord group, right? So if you guys it's just naturally segueing into this. I'm sorry for talking about my Discord group and my courses, but if you haven't taken my course yet, it's time to finally take it, guys. And if you are not in my course or in my Discord group yet, DM me. It's normally $199 to join just the course itself, but DM me and I'll give you a sweet deal because I want you guys to know what I know. And just being in the Discord group is going to have you access to my entire watch list every single day. And I'm also going to most likely live stream every single day while updating this watch list for people for my Discord group because, well, they're paying for the service. I'm going to give them what they want. And because this watch list is going to be heavily managed in the Discord group, and after taking my course, you will understand everything that I know. This course is fucking fire. I'm telling you, it's something you've got to learn my 4 powerful strategies. So just because you know what coins you should be trading, you still got to learn the strategies of how I plan to capitalize on all of these. And by the way, Cardano has now moved 3% since I've started this video. So looking pretty good, guys, on this short. I'm short about 300, maybe 350K right now. So a pretty big position. So it's looking great. So I'm just going to go over some of the things with you guys here. So I have the major watch list that has 236 coins on it. That's every coin on Binance. So every day, I'm going to be going to my 4-hour watch list like this, okay? So I'm going to go over to my 4-hour. I'm going to zoom out at least a week, okay? At least a week. and I'm going to see which coins are trending above the 4-hour. And most likely what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over the coins that don't have a symbol, right? Because maybe they have changed. So just as an example, FTM is trending above the 4-hour. Okay, this one is moving hard now. So I have to decide which watch list it's going to go on. Is it going to go on the purple watch list where the CE is trending sideways, or is it going to go in the green watch list where it's trending bullishly? Okay, so this one's going to be green, right? So then I marked it green, and now it's added to the green list, but it's added to this normal one. Okay, this normal one here. And then I'm going to basically do this to every single coin. So DOT as well is on the green list because it's trending. IMX is also trending green. Okay, so it needs to meet the criteria of trending for a week. And then this one here is trending, but it doesn't meet the criteria of a week. So I leave it off the watch list. Okay, and then Bonk, this one meets the criteria of a week and it's still trending bullishly. So it should be on my green watch list. I'm literally going to do this to every single coin. Okay, so literally every single coin I will do this to. Okay, so this one's trending as well. And I'm going to make sure I categorize each of these coins. And as I go through them, it's going to tell me if they might have the potential to be watched or not, or traded. So you're basically doing a process of elimination. Okay, by deduction, if these coins are bad to trade, then you should ignore them. Then the other coins may have an opportunity. So this is how you should be filtering and trying to find a coin to trade every day. So ILV is green, but it's only been for a day, so it doesn't go on any watch list. So KSM is already on there. NEAR is also trending, so it should be on a watch list. If you're noticing, most coins should be on a watch list right now because they are trending. RVN is not on a watch list because it doesn't meet the 1 week criteria. Okay, so it doesn't meet 1 week criteria. ICP is trending green. Yep. And then this one here doesn't meet a week criteria. So you get the point. Okay, so now what I do is, now that I've gone through the major watch list and the main one, that's the first step I do for the day. The second thing that I'm going to do is go to the coins, to my purple list, which are coins that are trending sideways or very near on the high priority list, very near the 4-hour CE. And then now I'm going to update it. Okay, I'm going to update it. Some of them receiving a better priority now? So Floki, no change from yesterday. Stays there. Pepe, no change. So I'm trying to look for a coin now that's very close to the CE. That's green. Okay, and if it does get close to there, I will move it to the high priority list because that's what Wi-Fi happened to do yesterday. That's how we made a huge profit on Wi-Fi yesterday. So then I'm going to look for a coin, and this could be a very fast process. Some of them might have even turned red, and if they've turned red, they get removed off the watch list. So I do this very, 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 very quickly, okay? It just depends on your internet, to be honest, because it might be lagging a little bit sometimes. So notice they're all far away. So you don't want to trade ones that are far away, but you want to do this twice a day on the 4-hour to see which ones are trending on a higher degree. Okay, so I'm actually almost done it already. So you can see that, right? But obviously, if I finish the entire watch list building exercise with you guys by doing the main watch list with 236 coins, we would have added even more coins on here. But it's Saturday. I'm not in the mood to trade this Saturday. I made a huge profit on Cardano and on Wi-Fi yesterday. I'm looking for a Solana short, and I'm already in a Cardano short now as well. So I don't really want to trade this weekend. And I'm also packing. I'm moving to a house next week. It's crazy. The house is, it's crazy, guys. Like, it's so big. It's 360 square meters with 4 floors, 2 living rooms, 2 kitchens, 2 private terraces, a rooftop patio, 5 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms. My wife gets her own floor. She's going to convert one of the floors to literally like a terrarium for reptiles. And I have my own floor that's 100 square meters. That's pretty big. It's gonna have, like, it's an open floor. It's gonna have a gym in there because I want to be active and lose weight because I'm a fat ass. and I'm going to have my office in there, and I'm also going to finally use that like 120-inch movie theater that I have, and I'll be trading there for the entire bull market. So after next week, you guys are going to see me in a crazy office. So anyways, so I'm going through this list, okay? We're trying to find the coin that's close to the green line. So Ocean gets upgraded, okay, because it's moving there. Do you understand? It's clearly moving there. Okay, so I'm putting that to a high priority now. Now that it's on the high priority, I'm simply going to add an alert near that green line. Every time it is less than that price, okay? Every time it's less than, I'm going to say every time. Okay, can you read that? Every time the price is less than that, it will notify me on my phone, okay? And on the computer. So this is what you do. You're setting basically an alert close to the green line, to the ones that are getting close to it. So if it does get close to it, you are going to observe the price action. It doesn't mean because it gets close to the green, you enter right away. That is not true at all. You have to observe the price action. Okay, you have to see how the price action is and then make an executive decision, right? So for example, Wi-Fi was the best example. Like, it was so clear for the people in the Discord group. You know what's up, man. It was just trending like this bullishly for a long time. And eventually it just looked like it wanted to break out as it was getting closer and closer to this type of setup. So we longed it, and some people made a huge profit. One guy in the group, I forgot his name, he's up like $8,000 this week, and he said it was the best week that he's ever had because of these new strategies that we're implementing into the group, to be quite honest. Who is he? KJJ. There you go. I want to give him some profit. So that was his P&L yesterday, and he posted more. It was pretty crazy. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of people doing really well in the group right now. So then you're looking for a coin, right? That's getting close to the green line. And the first step is you go through the default watch list first of all the coins. You try to filter through the 4-hour CE, and then you divide them up and categorize them accordingly and prioritize them. And the different categories are coins that are trending sideways, right? The CE is trending sideways. And then here, this is trending sideways, but it's getting closer to the CE. And then the next category is they're all trending as well above the 4-hour time frame, but they're bullishly rallying. Okay, so this section here are the coins that are bullishly rallying. And then after these guys are on this one, I go through literally each and every single one of them, one by one, to see which ones I should prioritize into a higher watch list, into a higher priority, into a coin that looks like they're really good to potentially trade. And then now that I've got the best pickings from the coins that are trending bullishly, I can now choose between the high priority list which ones to trade. And the best ones to trade were Cardano, which I made a good pick on, and also Algo, which is going to be a great pick as well to trade. So it goes either way, right? Because it's trending like this, maybe we can find a continuation pattern to long. That's why we want to have a high priority list, okay? We want to see which ones look like they have the best opportunity to trade. It could be based off of pattern, for example. So you're using the 4-hour to identify the coins that look the best to trade. But after you do that, if you want to trade the continuation pattern, you better know strategies to trade the continuation pattern. And it involves having to go to a lower time frame, right? For anybody that's taken my courses, you guys know I'm all about the continuation patterns. I never try to snipe the top ever anymore because it has too much risk, especially when you're trading with a lot of money in a bull market. It can just fuck you up entirely if you're not familiar with continuation patterns. So here, for example, you would zoom in to a lower time frame on Algorand, right? This is a continuation pattern, baby. Very, very easy to have traded that, right? You just trade the breakout on there, or you trade the continuation after it breaks out slightly. So just as an example, if that broke out there, you would wait for a small pullback, then you would trade the continuation pattern again. So for example, this one here, it broke above there, okay, but it retested down over there. So you take the most relevant high and you trade the breakout on it. So your entry on the breakout would have been right around here roughly. So that's confirming that the breakout is continuing. And that's a really important skill to have. So it's been about 40 minutes. I can go on for hours about this, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of how I'm managing my watch list. And it's very detailed, as you've noticed, right? I spend a lot of time managing this watch list of mine now, and it's going to yield some incredible results with the coins that I'm looking to trade. This is only one way. Another way that I'm going to look for coins to trade is I'm going to look, for example, on a 30-minute time frame. I'm going to scan for every single coin that's on my watch list, like 236 coins. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify a pattern that could be traded. Okay. For example, if I just went to Cardano, if I was looking at it back then, back in the days, right, on like yesterday, I would have noticed this breakout pattern right here. So then this coin would go on another watch list that's showing me potential breakouts. And then I would do that for literally 236 coins. So you have to be very diligent when you're looking for coins to trade. STX, you would have noticed this one yesterday. So I'm going to literally go in the 30 minutes, see if I can find the pattern that's forming right now. Go to every single coin, see if there's a bullish flag, see if there's like a bearish flag, see if there's anything like a triangle, a symmetric triangle, ascending triangle, slope trend line, a resistance that wants to break, a support that wants to break. You're just going to go through literally every single coin on a lower time frame, and that is going to take a lot of time as well. The amount of time that you spend managing your watch list, the amount of time you spend looking for coins to trade, you're going to have better pickings. So instead of just using your crypto screener, which is crappy, right, because it only points out the volatile coins, you have to be able to manage this watch list as well. So I gave you guys kind of like an introduction to this watch list only, to be quite honest, okay? Because the ultimate goal was to get you guys to buy my course. I'm just being honest. No, but honestly, you guys should really join my Discord group. Pick up my course, man. It's $199. You guys are going to learn more in that Discord group and in the course than anywhere else, I guarantee it, okay? So DM me for a really good package price for my lifetime Discord membership and also to get this course. If you guys, like, I can guarantee right now that this course, like, trust me, I do really well for myself day trading and with my investment portfolio, okay? That's why I made it really, really cheap. I have to respect myself, okay? I have to put a value on myself, but you guys get way more out of it than I will ever get. Like, my courses, they make like 2% of my entire income in crypto, just being completely honest with you guys, right? It's not something that you make a lot of money of. I only have like 140,000 followers. This is for you guys to learn how to trade properly from a professional that's managing $4 million, and I trade huge positions as well. I believe that some of my strategies for day trading, the 4 strategies, the watch list building, it's incredibly powerful, and you guys should DM me. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. The key takeaway in this video, honestly, is that you can't be a lazy motherfucker. You have to put in the time if you want to build that watch list of yours so you can find the best coins to trade. Do you know what I mean? If you find the best coins to trade, well, you can't just like walk into a bar full of ugly chicks and just be like, yep, I'm going to smash that one right there. You know, just choose any coin blindfolded. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And she's like 500 fucking pounds or something with drool coming out of her ass. Like, you know, you got to have standards of what coins to trade, just like the partner that you choose to have in your life. Does that make sense? Like, so you have to know the proper criteria of which coins are the best ones to trade. You know what I mean? You can't just like choose whatever coin to trade because it might not be the best coins. So once you've learned how to build this watch list of yours, it's going to be a lot more profitable and safe with less risk, with higher probability of winning down the road. Anyways, that's it. I am done. I will read some questions. Oh, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. I am in Istanbul, and I am not leaving Istanbul. I'm moving to the outsides of Istanbul. I don't like the tourists here. There's too many tourists. There's too many angry Turkish people. I don't like Turkish people generally because they're loud and arrogant and can be very rude outside of hospitality. If they're not driving, like if they're not in the hospitality, industry, they can be major assholes, put it that way. So I've been in Istanbul for 2 years now. And I bought this house after the last bull market. So I bought this house in March of 2022. Cashed out $500,000 of Bitcoin, and then I bought the house. I cashed it out around January, mid-January. $54,000 is where I cashed out all my Bitcoin. I did not come close to catching the top because that's almost impossible, right? So yeah, it was kind of awesome cashing it out and then buying a house with crypto. So yeah. No, I'm looking to long off of the CE. Not only that, I'm not really like someone asked me, am I looking to long off of the CE or short the break? I'm looking to see the reaction of it first of all. I'm there to observe the price action and then make an executive decision. Mikhail asks, how much risk per trade? Well, my risk is different than your risk. Okay, everyone has a different tolerance for risk, and that's really important to understand. Your tolerance is probably a lot less than mine. Trust me, yours is way less than mine. Because first of all, I might have more capital than the average person trading, and I might take riskier setups based off of the chandelier exit, which is used as a trailing stop. And depending how far away it is, ideally, I would like to risk anywhere from 2 to 5%. But some trades that are very bullish, and I'm trying to have that FOMO to buy in on a continuation pattern, I might be risking like maybe 8 to 10% on the high side. But nowhere am I playing close to my maximum bankroll that I have. I'm only playing like a third or literally like of my cash on hand. I'm playing like a third or half of it only. And I'm only risking a small percentage of that position that I'm playing. So everyone's risk tolerance will be very different. If anybody ever says to you things like risk only 1 or 2% max, well, yeah, if that works for them and that's a good general guideline, but it's not always the best rule to follow depending on if you're using average true range or not. And you're welcome, Nexus Null. It was a good video. I agree. So yeah, how many years after trading did I become profitable? That's a good question. I didn't become profitable until the bull market. Honestly, I started in 2015 and I did not make a single dollar until the bull market started, right? I'm not kidding. I had my Ethereum that I was holding. And then like I didn't become profitable as a day trader until like, to be quite honest, like the middle of 2017 about, after 2 years of trading. Because that big win of mine on Ethereum where $2,000 turned to literally 140K, it kind of forced me to learn how to manage that money and how to reinvest it back into the market. And then I started trading in the bull market, but it wasn't big. Anybody followed me in 2017, I was making like $100, $50, $150 of profit. It was like nothing. It wasn't until like 2019, right, where I was trading like, or 2020, I was trading like $1 million. That's where it started to really change. So it took me about 2 years, I'd say, to eventually become profitable. But it took a bull market to force me how to trade, or like to force me how to learn how to trade. And then I spent even more time learning how to trade in the bear market in 2018. And that's where things like really changed because I learned what I had no idea what the fuck a bear market was, right? Like nobody knows what a bear market is until you start to lose some money. So that's kind of it. Yeah, I was trading. No, I wasn't even trading on Bitfinex, man. I was trading on Poloniex way even back in the days, right? So yeah, anyways, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. DM me for a special price for my course and Discord. You guys won't regret it, right? It doesn't hurt. Even if you're curious, just DM me and I'm going to make you an offer that you just can't refuse. So does it, I'm going to ask, I like Mikhail, he's asking good questions. Does it make a difference psychologically how much capital you trade? I mean, if you're a good trader making 5 to 10% per month with a $100,000 account, is it much harder to do than 1 million? Yeah, it's much harder depending on how much you trade because you have to really take into account slippage and volume. So for example, my biggest trade, like, yeah, anybody that's followed me long, you know that in a bull market or even at the beginning of last year, or this year, I was trading like 1 million, 1.5 million, like day trading, scalping position sizes. Now, swing trading a million, no problem, because you're slowly getting into the position and accumulating, and the slippage is not that big of an issue. But for day trading, where you're like in and out, and you're going for like super volatile coins, there's way more slippage. And because of that slippage, you can't just market execute $1 million, man. Like, for example, if there's a 24-hour trading volume of $200 million, and back then I'm trading like $1 million to buy in and then $1 million to close. So that's 2 million out of 200 million. You've now become 1% of the market volume. And when that happens, you risk major fucking slippage. Slippage is the difference in the price where you actually enter or close versus what you expected, right? So there might not be enough liquidity. There might not be enough of a supply for you to get the best prices. So when you're trading like $20,000 positions, slippage will never affect you. But then all of a sudden, if you're bumping up to 100K, right, and there's not much volume in the coin, then all of a sudden you have to be very mindful. And also trying to trade, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to close a position when you have a gigantic position and there's barely any volume, and every time you close 5% of your position, right, there's like 1% slippage. So if you market executed your entire position, you would lose out on like 3 to 4%. So it makes a gigantic difference, the positions that you play. Strategy wise, not as much. Like if I had 100K and $1 million, I would be trading with very similar strategies for the swing side, but not for the day trading and scalp side. Those would be very, very different because I would limit my position sizes much more and be aware of the liquidity and the volume of that coin. So Candid asks, what do you suggest for someone with an account size of $10,000? Better to trade or just buy and hold until the bull run? Well, the way I see it is diversification in streams of revenue. So for example, I'm going to be trading, swing trading, right? And higher time frame day trading. And I have my investment portfolio as well. So now all of a sudden I've got 2 streams of income, right? Rather than just one. And if you have the skills in both of those streams of income, that you can make much more. So it makes sense to diversify, right? But first of all, you have to have the skills, right? Like you would clearly make more if you didn't know how to day trade at all, and then you put it into an investment portfolio, you would make a lot more. Because if you put half of it in your portfolio, then half of it you tried to day trade, well, there's a good chance you're probably going to lose everything if you try to day trade without experience, right? So that's how I would see it. And Candid, buy my course. Seriously, invest in yourself, spend $200 on the best course out there, and get into my Discord group. That's probably going to put you ahead of 99% of the world out there. So, yeah. Intermediate traders often don't have a lot of capital. So what would you do if you had a lot of capital? I don't understand what you're asking. How long did it take for me to trade without fear? That's a great question, Mikhail. And did I start managing my emotions? It took me about, honestly, to be fear-free. Like, I didn't really start managing my fear like extremely well, to be quite honest, till like 2020, maybe 2021. Like, I'm not kidding. It took like almost 2 bull markets to get rid of all of my emotions. But it only took me like maybe 2 or 3 years to really start following my rules a lot more. Like following my rules and sticking to them and not breaking away from it. But there was always like doubt, right? There was always that questioning myself for even like 5 years into trading. I was still questioning myself. But now I don't question fucking anything. I just like, there's no emotions at all. I'm not scared. If I lose, I don't care because I just win like the next 5 trades. Because you guys know my win rate's really high. I follow the chandelier exit indicator because that tells me when to get out of a trade based off of volatility. So I think it takes an average person like 3 years to really start to stick to their rules. And anybody that says to you like, if you follow those gurus that are like trying to teach people after 6 months of trading, they don't know fuck all. If any trader says to you like, I'm a professional trader after like a year or 2, it's like, nah, they're pretty new. Like, trading takes a long time to learn. It's not an easy discipline. So yeah. So Eric Tube said something really good. He started trading a while back, and now it's destroyed his sleep schedule, and you wake up many times throughout the night. Well, that's more of a personal thing, okay? How do you avoid your life to be affected by all of this stress? Well, first of all, that's like anything else in your life. And I'm going to relate it to like other things outside of trading, right? Only you can decide what is going to stress you out and affect your life or not. You have the power to control it. Right now, you just sound like someone that's treating trading as very toxic and letting it take over your life. Why not set some boundaries and establish specific time frames that you allow yourself to check the market or check your phone, right? You have to have the discipline to control your boundaries with anything that you do. Kind of like myself, right? I limit myself to only doing cocaine every second hour. I'm just kidding. So, like, but realistically, right, you have to set boundaries for yourself. Otherwise, it's going to consume you. So you have to balance your greed versus your limitations, Does that make sense? Until you do that, it's going to take over your life, because you can't just be greedy and be like, oh, I'm just going to look at the market 24 hours a day and I'm never going to do anything else. Like, you can't do that. You're going to fuck up your life, right? So, yeah. Anyways, I'm just trying to read more. Do I prefer trading with personal money or investor money? I don't have any. I don't invest for anybody anymore. I used to for like 4 or 5 friends with big money, but now I don't. Like, a day trader will never, like, you'll never hear me go up to my followers and be like, yo guys, want me to invest for you? Give me your money, I'll invest it for you. Fuck that, man. Or why would I like, some people, they come up to me, they're like, hey, I'll give you $5,000 to trade for me. You can keep 50% of the profits, right? And I say to them, why the fuck would I need your $5,000? How about I just use like $500,000 of my own money and keep all of the profits? You know what I mean? Why would I need anybody else's money to trade for me? Like, to trade, you know what I mean? And I'll never invest for anybody. Like, there's no way I'm going to manage an investment portfolio and, learn how to do it yourself. That's what I'm trying to teach people, to be self-sufficient. You know what I mean? It's important to have that personality of resilience and self-sufficiency to do it yourself. Because as you get older, like, I'm almost 40. I don't want to depend on some motherfucker to, give me signals to tell me what to trade. I want to be able to sit in my balls outside next to my sofa, basking my balls in the sun, doing it myself without having to call anybody, not having to rely on anybody else, right? You know what I mean? But that took a lot to get there, because you have to teach yourself a lot of shit. If my course, like, I'm not trying to sell you my course, we're past that point, but I'm saying if my course was available to buy like 7 years ago, 8 years, 9 years ago, holy fuck, would I like be doing a lot better than I am now, okay? So I think I'm going to leave it for now. That's kind of it, right? So, yeah, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go hang out with my wife. She's been waiting for me to watch a movie with her for like a long time now. So I'm going to go. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Okay, DM me. I give you special price. Okay, I give you special Thai massage. Hey, baby, I love you long time. I not know what you want me do. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Bye now.